All right, guys. Geez Louise, do I feel like a newbie? So I actually had this scheduled for right now at 3 o'clock. Well, 3 minutes ago at 3 o'clock. And I didn't know how to open up the actual live stream that I had already scheduled and published. So I guess we're just going to have to go ahead with this stream. So sorry about that. I'm still new to the YouTube thing. But also going on right now, there's a live stream over at Daily Refinement. So the timing on this is incredible. But so yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get into it because of these technicalities and things of that sort. Not sure how many people are actually going to join and stick around with me. But yeah, I appreciate everyone coming in who will. And yeah, so let's get started. So just a little topic that I want to go into real quick is this right here. I had my wife make this for me for my birthday. It says work smarter and harder. A lot of people know the saying work smarter, not harder, which is great advice. You want to be working optimally and efficiently, but I like to take it a step further and work smarter and harder, because why not? Why not? If you work smarter rather than harder, you might be 6 times more optimal. But then if you still work harder on top of it, you might be 12 times optimal. So an example of working smarter and harder in our eBay business is working harder would be to pick up more items, to pick up less profitable items, and just keep working, picking up more and more and more and more. But what works smarter would be pick up more profitable items that sell for more money. So the way we can work smarter and harder is we can pick up more items and we can continue to pick up more profitable items, learn about different brands, different items, all that good stuff, so that way we can continue to get better and better and better at our businesses. So yeah, working smarter is clearly better than working dumber, but working harder and smarter is what can really change our businesses, can change our mindsets, can help us succeed farther in the future. Another example outside of eBay, I'm just going to keep rambling until we have a few questions here that I can start answering. This is my second live. So go ahead and just ask me questions about eBay, about business in general, about my personal life, so you can learn more about me. Whatever you guys would like to ask me, I'm game for it all. A way that we can work smarter and harder outside of our business, for example, many of you guys know that I worked in door-to-door pest control, and I also owned a pest control company. One way that you can work harder is just knock more doors. If you knocked 40 today, knock 100 tomorrow, and then knock 150 the next day. Just knock to your extreme capacity and just filter through all those no's to get to an easy yes. That's working harder. But working smarter would be to perfect your sales skills, your persuasion. One of the best ways to get better at sales is overcoming objections. One of the most common objection on the doors is, oh, I need to talk to my wife, or, oh, I need to talk to my husband. There's plenty of different ways that you can get over that objection. And learning that is how you work smarter. And then on top of that, you can still knock your 100, 150 doors to work harder as well. So yeah, work smarter, work harder. Guys, I love to work. I love to make money. I love to provide for myself and my family. And I would love to be able to provide for other people one day. One of my goals is to retire my parents and my wife's parents. You got to make a lot of money to do that. So I'm always motivated by that, to work smarter and harder, because I'm not just working for me. I'm working for my wife, and I'm working for my parents and her parents. So yeah, not a ton of questions, not a ton of people hopping into the chat yet, but I hope we can start getting to some questions. I hope that can help you guys improve your businesses, improve your relationships, and improve your bank account. Work smarter and work harder. Let's go. Okay. So So yeah, a lot of people in here just being super supportive. Let me see if I can ask me anything. Start Q&A. Okay, yeah. So I'm still new to the new to YouTube in general. This I've only been posting videos consistently for about 2 weeks now. I really appreciate the growth and the subscribers that everyone has had, but I just barely put here Q&A through my research. I thought that it would pop up your guys' comments on the screen. So if someone can go ahead and type something out and see if it pops on the screen, that would be great. Live chat, all messages visible. Yeah, still not sure. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to read these questions and then just answer them. So let's dive in. So a lot of people are just being very supportive, saying hi, thanks for the channel, thanks for doing the live, appreciate it, guys. Someone asked me if this is my first live. No, this is my second live. My first one was yesterday around 11 o'clock Mountain Standard Time where I live. I did not advertise it whatsoever. I did not let anyone know it was happening. I just wanted to see if 2,400 subscribers was enough to go ahead and just do a random live and actually get some people to come. I was pleasantly surprised. I really appreciate it, guys. I gave a little 4 or 5 minute business tip. And then I thought I would answer 3 or 4 questions and it would be over in 15 minutes. But people just started asking me a ton of questions, which was awesome. So the live ended up going for an hour and 22 minutes. And then my wife actually called. I still had a few questions to go over, but I just, I've made my wife the priority. And so, wow, 80 minutes of questions was awesome. So thank you guys very much. So no, this is not my first live. This is my second one. Mika Villi says, smarter and harder, polish your craft. Hi from California. I live near Daily Refinement. That's awesome. A lot of you guys know I draw a lot of inspiration from Daily Refinement. I'm in his group, and I have somewhat of a relationship with him. We talk over email a bit, and he actually interviewed me during one of the Zoom calls that they have every morning. And yeah, California is cool. I was actually born in California. We moved away when I was 18 months, so I don't remember any of it. I was born in Paris, California, out by Bakersfield and Stockton. When you first started off, how many items per day did you post? So I'll give you 2 answers. When I very, very, very first started, I posted 1 coffee mug. And then I think I bought like, this is a common mistake. So don't be like me. I bought 400 wallets off of Alibaba for, I think, $3.50 each. And I didn't know this at the time, but if they look exactly like Built, you can't say, no, not the company, Ridge. They were the exact same wallet as Ridge. It just didn't have Ridge in it. It actually had my last name, Ryder, in it. And so I put like Ridge, and man, I got a Vero quick. I actually sold 3 of them for $40 each, which was awesome. So here, I mean, if you guys want to go buy some wallets off of Alibaba for $3.50 and sell them for, I don't know, you might even be able to get 20 unbranded, but yeah. So I listed 1. 3 days later, I listed like 2. A few days after that, I listed 1 or 2 again. And then a week in, I started listing 5 every day. But that's just Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then I wouldn't do anything on Saturday or Sunday. Then the next week, 5 every day, not the weekends. Then I actually found Daily Refinement, and he recommended that you do every single day, no matter what. So I just grinded and did Saturdays and Sundays too, 5 a day. Then I went up to 8. Then I went to 12. Then I discovered the draft bank system. So I started drafting things. So I was able to list 15 a day, every single day, Monday through Sunday, every single day of the week. Then I went up to 20. Now I'm currently at 25. I list 25 every single day, Monday through Sunday from my draft bank. And I just fill that up throughout the week, and I use it every single day. When you're sourcing, do you have a minimum profit you're looking for? Yeah, so I went over this in the last live. I kind of do, but I don't. I actually am just looking for things that have a high sell-through. By high sell-through, I mean that an item needs to be selling at least once a day, which means when you go into your phone and you look up comps, it has to have at least 90 sales because the comparables are for the last 90 days. So it's got to have at least one sell a day, 90 plus, and there has to be at least 50% sell-through rate. A lot of people say you need 100% sell-through rate, or you need to look for extremely fast, high sell-through things. I'm a strong believer that strong listings sell more often. So if you can just beat your competition, you're not going to have the 50% sell-through rate because your titles are better, so they're going to sell significantly faster. Your pricing is better, so they're going to sell faster. Your return policy is better, so they're going to sell faster. Your shipping policy is better, so they're going to sell faster. If you have all of those things in place, just look for items that sell often, and you can really create your own sell-through rate depending on those levers such as pricing, return policy, shipping, handling, all that stuff. So yeah, that's what I look for, and I look for at least $7 profit. If something doesn't sell for at least $14 plus shipping, I'm probably not going to get it. Fun sourcing tip: check your local schools and ask them for their lost and found items. That I'm going to make a video about that sometime. That is a really pro tip. You don't even have to do it at your schools. You can go to ski resorts. You can go to rec centers. You can go to a lot of different places and just say, hey, I'd like to buy out your lost and found. Don't just lie and say, oh, hey, I lost some Oakley sunglasses. Do you guys have any? And then just take the first pair you see. But you can go to these places and say, hey, I have an online store. I sell things on the internet. I would like to purchase items that you've had sitting in your lost and found for weeks or months or years. So yeah, that's some knowledge right there. I'll make a video on how I do that. Did you have a full-time job prior to eBay? Yes, I have been an entrepreneur at heart since I was born. When I was 7 years old, I went and knocked doors to shovel people's snow for them for $3. And then during the summers, I would knock on their doors to mow their lawns for $10. Front 10, if you want the back included, because it's bigger, 25 for front and back. But yeah, so I owned a few businesses before going eBay full-time. And then I haven't had a job in like an actual job in 4 or 5 years, but every summer I would go out to a different state and I would knock doors and sell pest control for Terminex. So that was a job, but it would only be 3 or 4 months at a time. Then I'd come home and I'd do my own businesses and things like that. Next question, just joined. I remember you saying your mom does your listings for you. How much does she list for you a day? And does she enjoy doing the listings? So my employee, she just did shipping and cleaning the items for me. And then literally this was day 2 of her listing clothing items. So what I do for her is I don't have her launch any items or price any items. I just have her follow this list. So she only does men's shirts, and I have this listed, the title structure. I have her build the titles from scratch. So if she has like a polo Ralph Lauren shirt in front of her, I have her go by this, and this is the way that eBay wants you to list clothing items. So it goes like this: brand, polo Ralph Lauren, item, shirt, not polo shirt, not dress shirt, just shirt. After that, you're going to put the gender. That's debatable whether you should put the gender or the size first. Doesn't really matter, but I put the gender first. Then I put size. We'll say this is a medium. Then after that, you put color. We'll say it's orange. After that, you put characteristics where it's long sleeve, short sleeve, quarter zip. And then she puts it to 99 cents. And then she saves it as a draft. Then at the end of the night, I go to my drafts. I go to all the ones that are 99 cents. I go ahead and I do the research to put the pricing. And then I also will put in keywords, like if it's a jacket that's fleece, I'll put fleece. If it's vintage, I'll put vintage in the title. If it's a flip cuff shirt, I'll go ahead and put flip cuff into the title. And then, so what she does is she builds the listing from scratch. And then I come in and I put in the keywords and the pricing, and then I launch them throughout the week. She actually really likes the listing process, which is awesome because I've been doing close to 40 a day for the last 20 months, not 20 months. I've been doing close to 40 a day for the last 9 months and have done a minimum of at least 15 for the last 18 months. So yeah, it's getting a little old there, folks, but you got to do it. Just do it. Joined, subbed, great channel, man. Keep growing. Thanks, Josh. Welcome to the chat. Give this man a thumbs up. Thank you. Are there certain countries you won't ship to and why? Yes and no. So I do the eBay international shipping program. So whatever countries that eBay doesn't ship to, I don't ship to, I guess. The international shipping program is awesome because, sorry guys, my dog is a princess and we have bells on the door and she has been ringing these bells nonstop, haven't you, Scout? Go have fun. Sorry. So I do the eBay international shipping program. It's actually an awesome program. I recommend that everyone signs up and does it because there are more eBay buyers outside of the United States than there are inside of the United States. So it's going to expose you to a ton of potential buyers. Also, if people want to return your items through the international shipping program, eBay just takes care of that. So through the international shipping program, if someone in China, a lot of customers from China buy cameras from me. So I'll use that as an example. If someone buys a camera from me, I package the item. I pay my $4.87 or whatever it is to ship that to Chicago. eBay opens up my package, makes sure that what I sent actually lines up with the listing that I created, and then they ship that to China. It takes forever. Obviously, it has to go through customs, but I don't have to deal with customs or any of that process. eBay just takes care of it for me. The coolest part, if the camera is broken by the time it gets there, or if anyone wants to return my item for any reason, eBay takes care of it. eBay just says, keep the item, we'll refund you. It's not going to affect Jake Ryder. They don't take my money. I don't get a derogatory mark on my account whatsoever. eBay just refunds the buyer for me, and it's an awesome process. So that's cool. Which platform is the easiest to get sales on for clothing? It seems like Mercari and Poshmark are a little bit easier compared to eBay. So I have no experience selling on Poshmark or Mercari. Again, what I was talking about yesterday, if you chase two rabbits, they both get away. I kind of believe that when it comes to eBay, but I know that a lot of people are successful selling on other platforms. My brother-in-law's parents, they cross-list and they say it's an awesome life. They do really good on it, so that's cool. Another reason why I don't cross-list is because I don't want to be on my phone all day, every day. If you guys are selling 20 items a day across several platforms, every time it sells on one, you have to go in and manually take it off of eBay and Mercari and Poshmark and Facebook. And then sometimes you forget to do that. Now all of a sudden that same item that sold on Poshmark 3 weeks ago just sold on eBay. Now you don't have it. You have to put out of stock. You get a huge mark on your account. And then if you get too many of those, they may suspend your account or they're going to throttle your traffic. So I'm not a hater on cross-posting. Cross-posting can be great, especially if you're just a small-time seller selling less than 5 a day. Not going to be a huge deal. But once you start getting 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 items in your store and you're cross-posting, which is not the life that I'm interested in, but I know a lot of you may be doing that and may be having tons of success in that, or maybe a ton of you are aspired to do that. And I say go for it. You should run the business the way that you see fit. You should filter everything that all these YouTubers say to you and just build the best business that you can. So, but yeah, I personally do not sell on other platforms. I think eBay is the best because it has the most customers, the most traffic. Okay. Next question here. I don't have a lot of questions, so hopefully you guys ask a few more, else this is going to be kind of a quicker live, which is perfectly okay. But if you guys want to keep hanging out with me, let's ask a few questions and let's see how long this goes. So Dawn asked, has she launched one live on accident for 99 cents? Nope, she has not done that yet. She's only been doing it for 2 days, so that may change, but she hasn't done that. And if someone catches us slipping and buys it for 99 cents, I will not cancel, no matter what it is. I will ship it out and make sure that my metrics are doing good and make sure that I'm honest, because eBay, that is very important for eBay. So Mika Millie says, I've been on eBay since 1999, the good old money order days, LOL. Yeah, I was born in 1995, so I was 4 years old when you started. That's awesome. eBay was born the same year that I was born, 1995, which is cool. I don't know a lot about those early days. One of my father-in-law's brothers sells on eBay here and there. He's just, I don't know. We've never had like an in-depth conversation about how much he's done on eBay, but it sounds like he's just done a little here, a little there. And I'm sure he knows a lot about the power seller days and things like that as well. I hear a lot about those days, and they sound pretty fun. But yeah, eBay, like the world, like our lives, is an ever-evolving machine. It may be better now than it was back then. It may be worse now than it was back then. But it's our responsibility to adapt with life, with eBay, and continue to do what's best for ourselves and our family. So, but yeah, that's man. I wish I could have been on eBay in 1999 and grown until now. Would have been awesome. Bold Finds says evening. He's in the Reseller Nirvana group, and they have a section within the group dedicated to social media and YouTube. And him and Mel from Australia run that call. I've been to it once live, and it was really awesome. So if anyone wants to check out Bold Finds, he's a YouTube reseller, eBay reseller from the UK. He does a lot of informational videos and a lot of what's called car boot sales. If you guys aren't familiar, those are the UK equivalent to American flea markets. Retro Stephanie says, oh, she's talking to Micah Villi. She says she's been doing eBay since 1998. Not to one up anyone here, right? How long before you list, delist, and sell similar? I don't do that. I know a lot of people do that. Some people have found some success. I just list new items every single day. If they don't get sold after 45 days, I put them on a 15% discount. I've done a little bit of delist and relist in my days, but I have found that putting products up for 15% discount gets me more traffic and more of a bump than just delisting and relisting them. After those 45 days, another 45 days passes and I bump it up to 20%. After 45 days again, I bump it up to 25. After another 45 days, I bump it up to 30. And then after 45 days of 30% off, if my item still hasn't sold and it's not seasonal, I get it out of there. Do you have a Twitter? I have a personal Twitter that I used to use a lot in high school. I haven't used it. I haven't tweeted in years. I use Twitter every once in a while to see what Elon is doing, and I follow a ton of sports players and sports accounts to see trade rumors and things like that. But no, I don't really use Twitter. Do you have any updates on the Postal Service changes coming up in June? Yeah, so from what I've heard, they're combining first class and priority shipping into one package, and it's going to lower the cost overall for most packages. But don't get used to that. It will start to incrementally go up over time. That's not me being negative or saying that the post office should increase their rates. They definitely should. We just have to adapt each time they go up. But yeah, this is one of those cool, rare moments where shipping goes down slightly. And by slightly, I mean like 1.5%. But expect 20% increases per year on average. It should be less than that, but I'm always prepared for that 20% increase every single year, just so I'm not left holding the bag. I'm ahead of the game. But yeah, really cool on them to combine those programs to help us out. I hope, I don't know if everyone knows this, but USPS hasn't been profitable I don't think they've ever been profitable. They're subsidized by the government a lot. So the government helps them employ Americans and keep that vital service of delivering mail and packages to Americans. So the government steps in and subsidizes them a lot, but they haven't been profitable, at least in years. I don't know if they've ever been profitable ever. Back in the day when they were like mom and pop shop businesses, they used to send us sellers gifts. They were nice. Yeah. That is kind of just a trend in society as well. Just the bigger you get, the harder it is to focus. That's why part of my pest control strategy was I would build up my accounts to about 200, 300 accounts, and then I would sell off 200 to Terminix, and then I would build up another 200, and I'd sell off to Terminix, and then build up another 200. So that way I never had more than 400 clients at the same time, so I could actually give the best service possible to 400 people at the same time. But yeah, so kind of similar here in YouTube, like if people found YouTubers that have gotten substantially bigger, you may have noticed that when you comment on their videos at the beginning, they always commented back, or they usually comment back, or they had like more time. They haven't, maybe not all of them, but most YouTubers don't go Hollywood. They don't like leave people in the dust and say they don't have time for them. They literally just, I mean, Mr. Beast gets, I think I heard that Mr. Beast videos gets 1.3 million comments every single minute of every single day on average. That's nuts. There's no way that he can, that's 75 million comments an hour. There's no way he's going to be able to get to you. That's just kind of how things go. When you grow, you have to delegate some things. You have to leave some things that don't add to your bottom line behind. And unfortunately, that's just the way that business and relationships go sometimes. But it's also an important part of growth and business as well. How did you come up with a workable schedule for eBay? Alabama Flips, thanks for the question. You have been a really cool supporter on my channel. You have given very specific, very, very cool comments and words of encouragement on my channel. So I super appreciate that. How did I come up with a schedule that works for eBay? I love schedules. So I served a mission for my church. I went to Mexico for 2 years, and my mission president was an awesome man, and he used to tell us all the time, show me your morning and I'll show you your mission. What he meant by that is the more dedicated, the more productive you are at the beginning of the day, the more you're going to get done throughout the day, the more success you're going to have throughout the day. So I really, from a young age, have just nailed down my morning, even though I am not a morning person in the slightest. I watch Andrew Huberman videos all the time on how to get better sleep, how to wake up with more energy, how to become a morning person. I watch tons of different channels on that, and it just doesn't work. Every single morning I get up, it's just as physically hard as it was the morning before. But it slowly gets mentally easier. And by slowly, I mean super slowly. But yeah, the morning is a super important time to get everything you can done. So that way you can have the rest of the day to continue to get work done. But yeah, scheduling is very important. I've just learned slowly throughout my years to nail down a schedule, because if you have a better schedule, you're going to make more money. You're going to have more time for your spouse, for your kids, for your parents, for your extended family, for your friends, for people you want to help and serve. So yeah, schedules can be game changers. Two Hip Chicks says, hi there, great to catch you live. Found you recently and wanted to thank you for your interesting and insightful content, with a smiley face. Thank you. Open-minded says, great information. Thank you very much. Bella Resell says, true. I've tried to tell other media sellers that they don't make money on media. You can make money in really any avenue. There's a million ways to skin a cat. Maybe 80 to 90% of media doesn't sell. But I mean, if you can find a Tupac cassette, it's going to sell for $800. If you can find a Prince vinyl record that's never been opened, it's going to sell for thousands of dollars. If you can find even, there's There's Ultra 4K Black Label Blu-ray discs and DVDs that sell for a ton of money too. So just gotta learn it within your niche and go hard. Paula says, hi, will you be making a video on how you pack and ship your orders for those just starting out? Yes, that is currently my most requested video. I was gonna make it today, but I just, to be honest, I got monetized on YouTube 2 days ago, but they still have to verify my accounts. And I know that that video is going to do very well for me. So I'm just waiting until I'm completely verified. So that way I can get paid 0.8 cents per view. But yes, I will be making a shipping video. I'm going to do it in 2 parts. The first video is going to be flat rate first class shipping. Then I'm going to do flat rate priority shipping. And then I'm also, I guess I'll do a part 3. I'll do calculated priority shipping. So I'll do a 3-part video on that. Or let me know in the comments if you guys would just like to see it, all of it combined together. From my research on YouTube and from asking you guys, what I've learned is that a video over 8 minutes, if you start getting into like the 11, 12, 13, if I post a video that's 8 minutes long, my retention is about 68%, which means people watch almost just over 2/3 of the video, which is above average on YouTube. So thank you guys for supporting there. But if I post a video that's 11, 12, 13 minutes, it drops down to like 48% retention. And then if it's, sorry guys. And then if I post a video that's over 18 minutes, it drops to like 30%. So just let me know if you guys would like me to break things up into parts, into separate videos, or if you guys would like to see them all smushed together. I'm just going to keep going by what you guys say and what YouTube analytics tells me, because I don't believe in being average. I want to be the best. So keep letting me know. So yeah, stay tuned for some shipping videos. It is by far my most requested video. Deborah says, since Chris from Daily Refinement is no longer selling on eBay, do you still take his advice as gold? Yes. He gives really good advice on eBay, outside of eBay, and just, life in general. What I admire about Chris at Daily Refinement the most is he's not afraid to be an idiot. He tells people all the time, wow, I was doing this wrong for 2 years. I finally switched to this method, and this is what is growing exponentially. So yeah, he's not afraid to tell you when he messed up or when he was doing something incorrectly, and I really appreciate that and can learn a lot from that. So yeah, I still think he has a ton of relevant information that he's giving now, and that he will continue to give in the future. Really good question. It's hard to find the motivation in the morning. Yeah. I'm not a morning person, and I don't think I ever will be, but you can still get a ton done in the morning when you're a traditional night owl like myself. Guys, my wife is not a night owl. She is a early bird, man. She gets up depending on her schedule, which is ever changing because she plays D1 soccer. And they have 2 seasons. They have a spring season and a fall season. And so her schedule is just kind of all over the place. Plus, she likes to work 25 hours a week, even though someone asked this question. I'll get to it right now. My wife and I are able to live off of my eBay income alone. But she still is a very driven and ambitious person. So she still likes to work anywhere from 15 to 30 hours a week. Because it gives her purpose, and she loves helping out, and I really appreciate that about her too. But yeah, get up in the morning, whether you are a night owl or a morning person or a bear or whatever that scientific study was. Work Smarter and Harder is a good title of a book I released last year. It's good to see others with the same mentality. Wow. I didn't know that was a book. I love reading self-help and business books, so I will definitely have to check it out. That's awesome. While we're on the subject, there has been 4 books that have changed my life that are not religious. Many religious books have changed my life for the better. But self-help, business, things like that. The top 2 books have been The Atomic Habit and The Richest Man in Babylon. Those 2 books, freaking dope. If you haven't read them yet, get on it. I'll probably make a video about those 2 books one day. Retro Stephanie said, my husband served in Mexico too. That's cool. Sweet. Yeah, Stephanie, let me know if you guys are also members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, or if it was just a different Christian mission. But either way, that is really cool. Anyone that's willing to take time to serve people, especially in a different country that doesn't have as many opportunities as us, it's really awesome. Ori Viers, he says, hi, new subscriber here. I love your genuine energy and focus, efficiency, genuine down to earth. Thank you so much. I have adult ADHD and I struggle with focus sometimes. So that's always something that I am trying to hone in and get better at. So yeah, thank you for the compliment on the thing that I am consciously working on. That was awesome. Thank you very much. Says, oh, sorry, I meant the post office doesn't make money. I sell vintage books actually, but I'm branching out to new categories. Yeah. So I think you were talking about my reference to media there. I understand what you're saying now. Yolanda says, congratulations on getting monetized. Thank you. That was when I first started YouTube, I made the goal to be monetized by day 400. One of the mottos that I live by, this will probably be in the title of one of my future lives, is hope for the best, prepare for the worst, and hope for the best. So I always have a worst case scenario in mind. And then I also have best case scenario in mind. And I'm just constantly trying to get over here instead of over here. So I didn't plan on being monetized for the first 400 days of my YouTube journey, but I got monetized in 13 days. Some of you may say, well, what the heck, you have 2 videos from 6 months ago. 6 months ago, I did 2 quick videos in one day just to see what the YouTube experience was like. And then I didn't do anything for 6 months. And then I started posting very consistently for the last, I think it's been like 17 days now. And it took me officially 11 days to get over 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And then I got the email from YouTube saying I can start the monetization process on day 13. Now we're on day 17 and I'm still not making money off of YouTube yet, but I think by tomorrow I should be good to go. Singing Mermaid Treasure says, you grabbed my attention with your brush popper video. How do you discover that and other keywords? Yeah, so I go into it in that video. It's just, I type in Wrangler shirt and then I filter to $30 plus and see if I can notice any patterns of why, because the average shirt on eBay, the average Wrangler shirt on eBay, I think sells for $9 plus shipping. So I say, okay, what's going on in the $30 range? What can I notice? Then I put it up to 100. Okay, what's going on in this range? Why are these selling for so much more than average? And then I filter to sold and I go to highest price that sold. And I say, okay, why are these ones selling for $2,000, $4,000? What can I see? What kind of keywords can I see? And that's how I do that. Bella Resell says, looking forward to this 3-part video. I've watched some videos already and love binging. I suggest playlist. Yep. That's in the works too. I'm going to continue to make playlists. I've got the whole YouTube strategy up here in my head. It just it takes a lot more out of you to make videos than I thought, but I'm going to keep posting almost every single day. Sweet. I'm getting close to the end here. So hopefully we get some more questions, or we'll just go ahead and stop the live here in a minute. And I appreciate everyone coming, but I'd like to keep going for another 20 minutes if you guys got questions. So it says here, I appreciate you sharing your experience and information as a seller. I'm not a fan of haul videos, so this is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. I'm not sure if you said you are or you aren't, but I like to do a bunch of informational videos as well as haul videos, as well as what sold videos. So that way you can see the full spectrum of what actually goes on in an eBay business. I like to be as transparent as possible and actually tell you guys how to get better, what to look for, and expectations and reality that you can actually set for yourself in your business. And then Deborah says, I think Chris is awesome. Yeah, I think he's awesome too. And then as soon as As soon as to be new eBay seller, do you suggest starting out with a personal or business account? I've accumulated inventory, but just now have the nerve, courage to get going. I'm going to make a video breaking down this. I love numbers. I love optimization. So I will break down when it is worth it to go from personal to business, and then to a basic subscription, and then to a premium subscription. And then if you ever make it this far, to an anchored subscription, sorry. But yeah, if you have less than 100 items and you don't want to do promotions, just keep it personal. If you want to explore promoted listings and you want to send out coupons and you want to be able to list more items, then you can go ahead and upgrade to those things as well. But yeah, I'll make a video on that eventually. Ori says, OMG, I have adult ADHD too. How do you get over it? Procrastination, perfectionism. That's why it's taken me so long to get started. Yeah, so everyone that has ADHD deals with it differently. I say this humbly, it took a long time to get to this point, but I have crafted my ADHD to, instead of it being something that holds me back, it actually propels me forward. I consider this adult ADHD kind of a superpower that I have, because it allows me to do more. I have to really try to focus and hone in what I'm doing, but I just have so much energy that I'm able to do 5 or 6 or 7 things at the same time. And then if I can just bring myself to focus on 1 or 2, then it's like this superpower that I'm able to just get so much more done. But yeah, having ADHD, it can definitely be something that holds you back. But if you can really learn about the condition, and do some research and do some tests, do some experiments, it can actually become this superpower. So it says here, can you give us a quick overview of your sales from when you started to now? Maybe I missed somewhere. Yeah. When I first started, I had no idea what I was doing. I was just putting stuff up online. Some of it would sell, some of it wouldn't. By the time I was at 600 listings on eBay, I was selling 9 per day. Then I built up to 1,500, and I was selling about 13 a day. I've recently just gotten to 2,100, and I was selling about 26 items a day for like a week or so, because I had some like really hot items. But then I started that I was getting about 19 or 20 a day. I usually have almost perfectly a 1% sell-through rate, which means if I have 100 items listed, I sell 1 every day. So right now I have 2,100 items, so I should be selling 21 per day. Sales are a bit down recently just because of seasonality and things like that. So I'm currently selling about 16 to 19 a day. I can tell you guys right now, I'll hop into my phone here. So I go to ebay.com and I'm going to go to my seller hub. Sorry guys, my dog is ready to come back in. This will just take a second. She's barking at the door. Come on, Scout, you silly dog. Did you have fun? Good job. Okay, so I'm looking at my phone here. I'm going to my sales. So today I am currently, revenue-wise, I have made $447.54, and I have sold 9 items today. So I should be getting about my average. Now I'm going to filter this to yesterday's sales. Custom, yesterday, the 7th. Yesterday, which was down 19%, I sold my revenue was $733.29, and I sold 17 items. So if you do that math, the day before, I guess I sold 21. But yeah, so I did $733.29, and I sold 17 items yesterday. Today I've sold 9 for $450-ish. So I'm on track to do about the same as yesterday. Today, 8 right now. I'll probably get like 15 or 16 sales today. But I guess this will be very awesome information for you guys as well. My average sales price yesterday was $43.13. That includes shipping and taxes as well. So yeah, a lot of people think it isn't possible to get over a $25 sell through. I mean, a $25 ASP, but it definitely is. I hit between $40 and $45 almost every single day, about 20 items a day. If you guys have more questions about my specific numbers, I am completely happy to dive into them with you with full transparency. William says, remember to like the stream. Thank you. There are 46 people currently watching and 23 people have liked it. That's pretty good numbers in my book. Plague says, how much did you make your first month? That was 20 months ago and I wasn't taking it seriously. I think I did like $1,000 in revenue, probably like $400 profit. But the first month that I took it seriously was March of last year. And if I remember correctly, that was $9,500 in revenue. And nowadays I do about $25,000 in revenue. Do you see yourself selling on another platform in the future? I don't. I just like I've said in previous videos, if you chase two rabbits, they both get away. I'm fine just selling on eBay, getting really good at eBay, learning exactly how to sell on eBay. And then if I ever get suspended or booted off, I'll just go to a different platform and do the same thing. I think it's really good to invest your time in, especially with me having ADHD. If I had too many platforms, I'd go nuts, and my wife would never see me, and it would be a strain on our relationship. So I'm not going to do that. How do you start making a draft bank? I tried today and I just ended up listing items as I wrote them. Should I list 20 and then draft 20 until I get a nice size draft bank? Yeah. So if you're doing it on your phone, you just list an item like normal. And then at the end, there are 3 bubbles. One of them is list your item. Another one is save for later. Just hit save for later. That's actually what I do is I do 40 a day. And I launch 25. So I just wake up in the morning and I launch 25 and then I draft 40. And then the next morning I list 25 and then I draft 40. The only reason why I'm doing 40 right now is because I take Sundays off and I just hung out with my wife's family for 4 days and wasn't able to draft every single day. So I usually have 245 items in my draft bank. It got all the way down to 90, and now I'm just building back up to 245, 40 a day, if that makes sense. People are saying hit the thumbs up. Thanks, Deborah. Deborah also says, what are your thoughts about eBay glitches and slow sales? It's a mixed thought in the eBay community. Yeah, let's start talking controversy, right? I have this weird paradoxical complex because I truly care about people. I try to become more and more empathetic every single day. I just love the average human being, and I want everyone to be better. I want everyone to be happy. So I understand why people would blame others, would blame the platform, would blame the seasonality, things like that. And then at the same time, there's this awesome hack in life that if you think that everything is your fault, even when it's not, you can fix it. So I know that that's very hard. But if something is going wrong, there's always something that you can do. There's things called uncontrollables. You can't control if it's going to rain tomorrow. You can't control if eBay, if every single investor from eBay pulls out all their money and they go bankrupt and by Friday they're done. You can't control that. I don't think that's ever going to happen. But control what you can control and don't focus on the things that you can't control. So if there's a glitch, which eBay is like, I think it's like the 48th biggest company in the world. I think they have been their server has been completely down for a total of 9 seconds over the last 24 years. So like, yeah, they have an amazing team of coders and of maintenance people to keep eBay running. Glitches happen, and eBay, we are eBay's customers. not only buyers are their customers, but us as sellers are also their customers. So if you reach out to eBay, they want to keep you happy as long as you're doing the things that their terms and conditions. If you're following them as closely as you can, they're going to hook you up as much as they can. There's been many times where someone returns something and I call them and I say, hey, they didn't send me back the shirt I sent them. They sent me back a rock. And they're like, yeah, okay, sweet. We'll take care of that. Don't refund them anything. And that's not even their policy. Their policy is, oh man, that sucks. You can go ahead and do a 50% refund. I know that that's not ideal, but that's just our policy. But if you treat eBay with respect, they're going to hook you up. And so multiple times they've been like, oh yeah, we'll take care of that for you. Do you have any sources on how to focus with ADHD? Probably my biggest struggle too. Yeah, again, it goes back to just control your controllables. Wake up every morning and say, I don't care what's in front of me. I'm going to get over it and I'm going to do what's best for me and my family. And, the biggest aspect of overcoming obstacles or growing or getting better is time. In the book Atomic Habits, it says if you do something for 16 days in a row, you don't actually create the habit until the 17th day. You don't create positive habits for 17 days, and you can't even tell a difference until about day 67. It's kind of like YouTube. My first 10 days, my videos were getting like 6 likes, 4 likes, 8 likes, 9 likes. Then all of a sudden, I started getting thousands of likes every video. It's just like that in every life, in every aspect of life. You just got to do it slow. You got to be patient. You got to put in the time. So it says here, your remote control video reference pirate ship. Stand by this and think it's better than eBay's default shipping platform. Easy for tracking and everything auto-populates seamlessly. Yeah, pirate ship is great. I would use eBay, but the only reason why I use pirate ship, this is a dope life hack. If you guys are interested in it, maybe I can make a video sometime. The only reason why I use pirate ship, the rates are almost identical to eBay. I just use it because I'm able to put in a business credit card that has ×3 points on shipping. So yeah, my wife and I are going to Hawaii in a few months. Absolutely not free, but completely with points on purchases that I was already going to spend anyway. So every time I ship an item, I get ×3 points on my credit card. Now we're going to go to Hawaii for free-ish, and we also have Miami scheduled a few months after that, also strictly on points. That's the only reason why I use pirate ship. It's not because it's better or easier than eBay. It's just because I'm able to get the points to go on vacations. We're getting pretty close to the end here. So if you guys have any other questions, keep putting them in, or we'll be done here quickly. John Doe says, hit 3 church rummage sales today. Everything was $1. I filled my minivan up with clothes. I know some are great names, rest not sure, but surely I will be more educated. Yeah, church rummage sales are awesome. You can get a ton of product for really cheap. You're going to get a lot of duds if you just buy everything. So I'd recommend just, keep researching, keep doing what you need to find the brands. I have a video on men's clothing brands. There's videos all over YouTube and Google about the best brands to sell. That's ever changing. So make sure you're staying updated on the trends. Like LL Bean, when I first started doing this, was selling for $30. Now it sells for $12. And I think in 4 or 5 years, LL Bean will be selling for $100. You never know. So you just got to keep up on the trends here. Don Filippo says, what card is that? That is the Chase. Let me get it out of my wallet. I'm obviously not going to put the numbers on the screen or else you guys will rob me blind. But I think it's the Chase Preferred Business Inc. And then I also have the Chase Sapphire for my personal. And I also have the Chase Unlimited for my personal. The Chase Sapphire is what opens the Chase portal for the huge discounts on travel. And then I use the Chase Unlimited for my everyday purchases. And then I use it's right here. It's called the Business Preferred Chase Inc. So It's $95 a year to have that card. Super worth it because it gets me, I mean, last year it got me like $8,000 in rewards. If I double my business, it'll get me $16,000. If I double it again, it'll get me $32,000. Like, you know, so yeah, I don't encourage the average person to get credit cards because school didn't teach us how to use them properly. But if you do the research, you can optimize credit cards and live an awesome life. A ton of people are asking me about that credit card. So yeah, it's the one I just told you guys, the Chase Preferred Inc. Yeah, do a credit card points. So people want me to do a credit card video. I can do that. From what I know about YouTube, I'm a little nervous that would really mess up my conversion and my retention. It'll start spitting out to people who don't care about it because you guys just kind of care about eBay, but I can do that. I might even, once I'm monetized, I might even, they're going to give me these perks where I can like create communities or whatever. And maybe I will just do a private video for subscribers or even a private video for my most loyal followers or whatever that are interested in that. I don't know. We'll see what those options are when I officially get monetized. Do you research every day? Yes, I do. If you know me in my personal life, I love to bring up research articles. I'm constantly on Google, and I love numbers. So when I'm bored, I'll hop into eBay and I'll start doing keyword research, or I'll hop onto Google, or a lot of times I'll just type into Google, what is ASAP Rocky currently wearing? What is Kim Kardashian wearing? Or has any celebrity worn Polo Ralph Lauren recently? And if celebrities are wearing these brands, the brand itself goes up, and then the specific item that they were wearing goes up. And sometimes like really famous celebrities will wear just a really simple $20 shirt because they think it looks cool. And then, they're not always wearing Gucci and Prada and all that stuff. So, but yeah, I'm constantly doing research on eBay as a platform, what's selling well on eBay, how I can find better keywords for what I'm selling. I really enjoy researching every day. K9 Flips says, should I leave promo listings on everything all the time? If I understand your question correctly, some items don't need promotions to get sold. For example, iPhones. If you do some research and find that a certain iPhone is worth $500 and you list it for $450 free shipping, it'll sell instantly. So you don't need a promotion for that. There's some items that there's only 40 listed, but 1,000 in the last 90 days have sold. You don't need a promotion for that. But that can get pretty tedious. So what I do, and if you want to do what I do, that's fine as well. I just promote all of my items at a flat rate. What I promote my items at currently is 2.6%. And I believe I will slowly drip that up over time, just depending on my goals. But here's a tip. Never go down. So if you are at 10% promoted listings and you go to 6%, your traffic is just going to get demolished. This is a sales tip too. Like if I were to knock on your door and say, hey, can I cut your grass for $50? And you say, yeah, go ahead. And then say, okay, sweet. And I'm also going to edge and blow it. And that's just $40 more. So it's going to be 90. You'll say, no, of course not. But if I were to knock on your door and say, hey, can I cut your grass for $100? You'd be like, I don't know about that. And you're like, yeah, you know what? Since I have so many people in the area already, I'm already here. I'm saving gas. I can just do it for $80. Going down is awesome. And you can start at 100 and go down to 80, but you can't start at 50 and go up to 80. So if you have 10% promoted listings and eBay knows that, eBay is a machine, it has all the data, and then you drop down to 6, the machine is not going to like that. So that's why I just slowly go up, and I may stay at 2 2.6% for a long time, maybe forever. We'll just see what happens. Sweet, you guys are asking a lot more questions. Thank you. Keep that up, and we can keep going here. I could honestly go for another hour, but if we want to go for 30 more minutes, 20 more minutes, just 10 more minutes, whatever you guys want to do. So it says here, Deborah says, I use my credit card on Pirate Ship also and use it on eBay for priority shipping because of points. Chris explained this on eBay as well. Yep. Yeah. Get those points. She uses the Navy Federal, 3 points and no fees. That's cool. Bella Resale says, I've never had a credit card, but I've been watching Caleb Hammer lately and trying to become more financially literate. Yeah, that's honestly, it's one of those things where I have this conviction that credit cards can be a huge blessing and help in your life if you know what you're doing. And I also have this conviction that credit cards can absolutely ruin your life. So you've got to be smart with them and really learn about them. But I use credit cards in a way to really enhance my life. But don't get drawn in, and then all of a sudden, they say the average person my age, between 24 and 34, if they buy something, like if you bought a MacBook on your credit card for $1,000, by the time you pay off the credit card, you'll end up spending $2,200 on that laptop. So don't pay 21% interest on anything. Duckman623 says, what up, Jake? What was the pickup of the day? Just got back from the Goodwill bins. The pickup of the day today, I got a Kenwood 1,000 watt amplifier. I think it's going to be worth about $220. My employee will come in and we'll clean and prep it tomorrow, and then I'll list it tomorrow. But yeah, today was decent. Wasn't amazing, wasn't bad. I think I got 29 items from thrift stores, and then I was able to buy, I think, 37 items off of eBay that I will flip on eBay. Don says, I set my shipping up to charge PayPal where I have my business card set up and it gets points that way. Yep. Sounds like you've been on eBay for a while, because that was the go-to option for a minute, if I understand correctly. John Doe says, I use UPS exclusively only because I have 7 extended family members who work there. That's funny. I have my sister-in-law, my wife's sister. She's special needs. She is one of the coolest people on this planet, and she works at Smith's. And Smith's is the Utah version of Kroger's. If I buy anything from Albertsons or Walmart, she gets pissed because she thinks that I am in a roundabout way taking money away from her, even though it doesn't affect her whatsoever. It's funny. 510 Book says, are you selling an average of 25 items a day on eBay? If so, did you see your daily sales match your daily listings amount? Thanks. Yeah, so I am currently selling about 18 a day on average. Sometimes it's 16, sometimes it's 21. But this is it's a tough question to answer. If you're good at eBay, you're going to get series popping up for some reason. If you're good at eBay, then you're going to sell the same amount of items that you list every day after a while. So it takes a minute to get the ball rolling. But when I had 600 items, like I mentioned, I was selling 9 a day. If I just keep listing 25, then eventually I'm going to start selling 25 every day. Sometimes it takes a little bit to catch up. I can do a video on that later to break down the numbers. Because if I start talking about too many numbers, people are going to start dropping like flies. But yeah, I'll go into that. But yeah, just one of the best ways to make money on eBay is just pick how much money you'd like to make and then list that amount every day. So if you want $1,000, then list $1,000 worth of items every single day. I prefer to list the exact same number of items every day. Some people do $500, $1,000, $300. I wouldn't, but I would also have a minimum number of items you're going to do if you're going to do it that way. If you're going to do $500 a day, but you get this vacuum that's worth $600, but you usually list around 10, I would still list 10 or at least like 7. Just make sure that you're getting a good number of items up and a good dollar amount of numbers up. Please do a how to pirate ship video on how you use it shipping every day. I do about 2K a month on eBay and would love to get them points. Yeah, I will. I have that in the queue to do as well. How many hours each day does it take you to source, list, and post? For the last 14 months of my life, I have been working for, on average, I'd say 12 hours a day minus minus Sunday. I know that's not inspiring whatsoever. I love work, so that was okay for me. But now I'm to a point where I'm working about 4 hours a day on eBay. That includes shipping, listing, sourcing, and yeah, everything. I do it all in 4 hours or less. But if I wanted, I don't know. I'm just too ambitious to stay small. So I really shot up to 2,000 items as fast as I could, and now I'm starting to take my time a little more. Alabama Flip says current movies that showcase an item, sunglasses, watches, and a red slapper in the movie Office Space will allow you some great fad sales. Yeah. So like I was saying earlier, you can go into Google and type trending items that celebrities are wearing or trending items in movies. And then you can take advantage of that and sell things that way. Bella Resell says, "I'm waiting for the Barbie movie for some research." Oh, that's funny. That's that's funny and practical at the same time. It's kind of weird. You can just look at the world around you and pick up clues and make money. It's pretty awesome. Canine Flips asks, "How long do you keep an item that isn't selling before you redonate it?" So after 45 days, they go 15% off. Then after another 45 days, they go 20% off. Then another 45 days, they're 25% off. Then another 45 days, 30% off. If they still haven't sold after all that, goodbye. Unless they're super seasonal, like ski goggles. I have like 7 pairs of ski goggles listed right now that will not sell until like November. So I'm perfectly fine keeping those up. Dragon Hero 990, cool name, says, "You got me some more views on my Panasonic VCR after I learned the term blue line. I would legit pay a subscription to fix all of my titles for me." I would pay you a subscription to fix my titles for me, lol. Yeah, that is the biggest hack for more sales is list how eBay would like you to list. I'll do some videos on it. There's a bunch of videos out there produced by just eBay resellers, and also eBay themselves has videos on YouTube on how they would like you to title your items. So you can do it. You can do it yourself, and that's I encourage you to do it yourself because that'll teach you how to be better at eBay in the first place. Steve with a C says, "What is 1 or 2 easy items often sold too cheap on eBay?" Matt, I'm just giving you the cheat code, huh? No, basketball cards is one of them. A lot of people don't know the difference between a silver and a gold, even though that sounds super simple. They don't know, so they'll just type James Harden basketball card, but they don't know that like there's certain print runs where a basic James Harden card is printed 50 million times, and then they have a slightly different variation of that card that's only printed 1 million, and then a different variation 100,000, a different variation 1,000, a different variation 40, 10, 5, and 1. The ones under 400 generally will say it will say like 46 out of 400. But those ones that like there's only 1,000 to 5,000 of them made, they don't advertise that. But if you know that, then that James Harden card, for example, most people will put up for $4 because the average James Harden card is selling for $4 when it's actually worth 400, and you can grab it and resell it. Bella Resell says, "When you first started on eBay, where did you spend the most time on the seller hub? The service metrics, traffic, seller hub can feel intimidating to beginners." It sure can. Like I've said many times, I'm a numbers person, and I have spent too much time in the reseller hub. Currently, I am spending too much time in the YouTube channel dashboard, the analytics dashboard. I waste a lot of time on numbers. I'm a weird guy, but I spent a lot of time on the sales dashboard. I was constantly looking, okay, how much money am I making? Then I would look, it says 13.6% of your revenue is going to fees. And then I would say, okay, how can I improve that if possible? And I would say like 22% of your revenue is going towards shipping. How can I lower that if possible? And there's tons of ways to do that. Like I've mentioned before, that's my most requested video, is how to do shipping on eBay. So I will get to that, guys, I promise. Someone the other day told me that 32% of their selling cost was going towards shipping, which is not good. So I gave them a couple tips, and I will make videos to get that down, because my total revenue that goes towards shipping is currently 16.7%. And it's usually around that 17 mark. So yeah, that's where I spent the most time as a beginner, was just figuring out all of my sales metrics. Some more questions here. Just want to take a minute to thank you guys for even being here. I really appreciate it. I had no idea I would be close to 3,000 subscribers in 2 or 3 weeks on YouTube. So thank you so much. And thank you guys for asking questions. Please keep asking them. I'd like to stay on for another 20, 30, 40 minutes, but once the questions are done, I'll be done. And I really appreciate everyone being here. Steve says, thanks for the answers. This is great. Of course. Duckman623 says, who's your fave jazz player of all time? Man, I love basketball and I love the Utah Jazz. I love all eras of the Utah Jazz. John Stockton is my favorite of all time, not only because of what he did, but kind of like who John Stockton represents. I love that he was the guy that set up others for success. And I've just kind of wanted to do that my whole life. I've kind of always wanted to be like John Stockton. I would much rather have 20 assists and 5 points than 20 points and 5 assists, So I really love John Stockton. Darren Williams was my guy. And then right now I'm really liking the way the team is shaping out. So thanks for the Jazz question. Only lost 3 live viewers for that basketball question. Thanks for sticking around through that, guys. And I love the personal questions too. So feel free to ask that and to get to know me a little better if you guys would like to. I just got 5 comments here. So if we don't get any more questions, we'll be ending here soon. Paula says, please stay humble as you grow and don't get to clickbaity LOL. That drives me nuts. Yeah. If you guys want a super hack on how to grow on YouTube, here it is. Immediately get into the subject that you're talking about. The clickbait, hey guys, welcome to my channel. Make sure you like and subscribe. And if you haven't yet, ring that bell. People click away from that so fast. But if you immediately start giving value and you immediately get to the topic, people are just going to appreciate it and stick around longer. So pro tip. How do you deal with negative feedback from customers or even that guy that yelled at you to turn off the camera? So the guy that yelled at me to turn off the camera is actually one of my friends. He said that as a joke, but it did come across as rude. If you watch in the video, I actually go up to him in the store and give him some knuckles. I'm like, thanks, man. You just got me 1,000 subscribers. But yeah, with negative feedback, and there's a ton of really rude people on YouTube, you just got to let it roll off your shoulder. I strive for 100% feedback, and I used to have it until recently. eBay has kind of changed its feedback process. I think my feedback is like 99.2 or 99.3 now, because over the last 3 months, I've gotten like 6 or 7 negative feedbacks that eBay just won't take off because the customers won't return the item. I'm perfectly happy with accepting all returns for whatever reason and giving people their money back. They just have to send the item back to me. And a lot of people refuse to send it back because a lot of times, people, they say an item isn't working even though it is, and they're just fishing for a discount. So I say, oh, hey, yeah, I'm really sorry that the item didn't work. Please send it back. We'll give you a full refund. And then people say, no, just give me half right now, and I'll just keep the item and throw it away. And I said, no, I'm sorry. That's just not how we do business over here. If you would like to return the item, I will pay for the shipping there, the shipping back, and 100% of the price of the item. But people don't do that, and they end up giving me a bit negative feedback. And then eBay says no matter what, people have to return the item to get the feedback removed. And that's understandable. It's just some people have a very negative attitude towards that, and I understand that. But it's things that we can't control, so we just got to keep doing what eBay has inclined us to do, and talking in that fashion relatively positively just dropped the viewer count about 7 people. So hey, if you guys just keep having a positive attitude, I promise that you will get more than you give. You will receive way more. So yeah, just keep being positive on eBay. You are the owner of your destiny. If you want to make money, you will make money. If you want to figure things out, you will figure things out. Next up, someone here said, oh, a bunch of people just asked some questions. Thank you. John Doe says, dude, I have no idea about sports cards. Bought over 5,000 at a estate sale last year. Thanks for a bit of info. Yep. Here's just some quick information about sports cards. The last 4 years specifically have been wild. Like sports cards, specifically basketball, are worth a ton more because Zion Williamson came into the league. Okay, so the way that sports cards went up actually started with this guy named Gary Vanderchuk. He goes by Gary V. On a podcast that got hundreds of millions of views. He said, if you guys really want to make money right now, go onto eBay and buy Giannis Antetokounmpo cards. If for whatever reason that man wins a championship, his cards are worth $8 right now. They're going to be worth $400. Well, guess what? A ton of guys my age went on and started buying Giannis, started buying everybody. And Giannis cards actually went from $8 to tens of thousands of dollars. And then Zion Williamson came into the league and everyone was trying to get his rookie cards. So cards just kept going wild. Ja Morant ended up being awesome. Everyone wanted LaMelo Ball's cards the next year, so they just kept going up and up and up. Now Victor Wembanyama is going to the league. If you guys can get your hands on Victor Wembanyama cards, it can possibly make you a millionaire, okay? But cards went up recently. The cards from the 90s, Upper Deck and Skybox and all these companies, they would sell some cards in packs here and there. And then in the late 80s, all of a sudden their sales like just doubled out of nowhere because Michael Jordan was really starting to score a ton of points every game. He hadn't won any championships yet, but he was this really exciting player that was averaging 37 points a game for a whole season. So all of a sudden they saw this huge jump in basketball card sales in like 1987, 88, 89. And so in the 90s, they just said, let's just do this. Let's freaking just print as many basketball cards as we can. And that led to what collectors and sports cards call the junk wax era. So any card that you get from the 90s is going to be worth 8 cents. Like cards from the 90s, there are some exceptions to that. Obviously, if you get Michael Jordan cards and even some like Charles Barkley and Karl Malone cards, things like that, they'll sell for some good money. But it mass produced so many of them that the value of them tanked. And then the sports cards market was kind of down in the dumps for like 2 decades. And it just recently started picking up at about 2017. So there's a ton of information that the majority of you guys here probably didn't need to know, but that's also an example of doing research and finding out about what you can actually sell on eBay will help you guys in the long run. So yeah, sorry for that tangent. But yeah, so John Doe, if those 5,000 cards are all from the 90s, I'm sorry to tell you, you didn't make the greatest buy. But if they are very current cards, you may have a small fortune on your hands. But if you bought 5,000 at one hit, it's probably 90s cards. Bella Resell says, thank you. You really opened my eyes. You're welcome. Duckman623 says, is there any items or niches that you don't touch or stay away from? Women's clothing. Not that I have anything against women. I started to sell women's clothing and the return rate is like triple that of men's just because, women are a little more particular with how things feel, how things fit. And a lot of people will just buy a dress for an occasion wear it once for 8 days and then return it, and you just have to eat that. So I just don't do women's clothing too often just because of the return rate. And that's really the only reason why. And there's just a lot more styles and it would require a ton more research. Dragon Hero says, well, I'm happy I stumbled onto your channel. You have a great personality and are very inspiring on YouTube. I'm still really new at this and I feel kind of unconfident with some of my work so far. And thank you for the compliment. That's perfectly okay to not be confident. One of the things that changed my life for the better was, I can't remember if I was just thinking about this and I thought it myself, or if someone a lot smarter and wiser than me taught me this principle. I wish I could connect the dots of where I learned this. I learned that failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a component of success. You cannot succeed without failing your way up. So if you make a bad buy, learn from it. If someone returns an item and they give you a reason why, learn from that. It'd be like, okay, sweet. So this item I failed. This got returned because of me, and it's because I didn't know shoe sizes properly, or I said that this was blue, but it was actually teal, or I said that this could record DVDs, but it actually just plays them. Just learn from your failures, and that your unconfidence will grow into confidence. Chris Buxton says, I watch because I actually learned something, unlike most sellers on YouTube. Keep the what sold for the day, and I'll keep watching. Thanks, Chris. I really appreciate that. That is the goal of this channel. My business plan, I guess you could say, for this YouTube channel is give as much value away as I can for free, and I will get much more value back. So I am really here to give you guys as much value as possible. A couple of those YouTube resellers that you're talking about have already reached out to me and said, hey man, what's going on? Why? And then a bunch of eBay resellers are saying, hey, you're tanking some markets, like you're giving out too much information. And I want everyone to be on a level platform to receive as much information as they can and to make a good living for themselves and their family. So I'm going to continue to give you guys as much value as I can. Do you have a schedule for posting videos on YouTube? I am so hyper fixated on YouTube right now that it's hard not to produce a video every day. So if I start losing steam, I will eventually make a schedule for posting on YouTube. But I'm so infatuated with it right now that I don't need a schedule because I just think about it all day long. Someone said, totally agree with the pro tip, good content. Get to the content. Get to content. Okay, sorry. I gave a pro tip on YouTube to just directly get to the content, and he agreed with me there. So thank you. Dragon Hero says, I like seeing sourcing videos too, but your thrift store is darn intimidating. Yes, it is. That thrift store is wild. I go to it every morning, and I'm not exaggerating. It's like that every single day. Today was weirdly slower, and there was still like 35 people online. Yolanda says, my first negative feedback recently just killed me. Yeah, negative feedback sucks. It doesn't hurt your account as much as you think it would. And if it helps you feel any better, psychologically, it's better to not have 100% feedback. They did a huge meta-analysis on people deciding what pizza place to go to in San Francisco through Apple Maps and Google. And they found that people are more likely to go to a place that has 4.7 stars than they are to go to a place that has 5 stars, because they don't actually think that the 5 stars is credible. And they see 4.7 stars, people are actually giving an honest review of this place. And it sounds like it's genuinely above a 4-star. So I'm going to go there. So some people will disagree with me with this. Some people have to have 100% feedback on eBay, and that's perfectly fine. If you think that's going to lead to success, that's good on you. Continue to do what you're doing. But I actually believe psychologically it's better to have like 98 point something than it is to have 100. I could be wrong, but it's going pretty well for me. I have like 99.2 or 3% right now. And I would like it to be around 99.7, but it's getting harder and harder to get negative feedback removed on eBay, even if it's not technically your fault. But that's okay. Keep adapting and keep going. Smirk50 says, that is whole good subject in itself. You seen scammers and discount seekers numbers growing lately? About 8 or 10 minutes ago, I was talking about how people won't return an item and they demand that I give them a 50% refund and they'll throw away the item. So that's what that he was referring to there. I haven't seen an increase in that. That's been happening since the dawn of time. People are going to continue to abuse that, and you just can't let it get to you. I've said in another video, don't let losing $600 in returns stop you from making $25,000 in profit. Like, it sucks, but you just got to do your best to not let it affect your day, not let it affect your reselling career. On to the next one. Let's just keep making money is the mentality that I have. What does late shipment rate mean? So that means in your eBay business policies, if I don't know if you've noticed, but on eBay, sometimes if you're scrolling through, you'll see in green free 4-day shipping. That's because the seller has selected priority mail shipping and they have selected same-day shipping. So if you select in your business policies same-day shipping, that means if they buy it before a certain time period in the day, you have to ship it that day. If you select next-day shipping, if someone buys something on Monday, that means that you ship it on Tuesday. And if you ship it on Wednesday, then you get a late shipment rate, a late shipment strike. If you say that you have 2-day handling, and someone buys something on Monday, you can ship it Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. But if you ship it Thursday, it's considered a late shipment. And so the customer is unhappy because you didn't live up to your expectation. And eBay is unhappy because you didn't deliver the experience that you promised to your seller. So go to your business policies, make sure that all of them are set to your expectation. And then it will tell the customer before they purchase when they should expect to receive their item. And then you just got to fulfill that. Dragon Hero says, my recent neutral feedbacks annoyed me. The one negative I have, man, that guy was such a scam artist. Yeah, it happens. You just gotta keep trugging along and doing the best work that you can provide. Duckman623 says, any purchases you're looking into make for yourself? Also, what are some good investments to make in yourself? I just bought a king size bed, and it was the greatest purchase of my life. Not the greatest purchase of my life, but it was really awesome. I was listening to a podcast with 7 guys that were all millionaires, and they said keeping up with the Joneses is the worst thing you can do. Before investing in a sports car, invest in a bed. So I bought the first expensive bed of my life, and my sleep that I already struggle with has increased. It's gotten better. And because I'm getting better sleep, I'm able to do more during the day, and I'm able to be more productive during each hour of the day because I'm getting that energy. So that was the most recent thing that I was looking forward to buying, and me and my wife just barely pulled the trigger on that. And then I don't know. I'm a pretty simple person. I don't really buy a lot of things. My anniversary is coming up, and my wife is wondering what she should get me, and I can't give her a straight answer. I don't know. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm quote unquote successful at eBay is because I have no emotional attachment to the items that I buy. I have kept one thing, and I kept it for like 10 days. I'm like, what am I doing? And then I listed it and I sold it. So yeah, sell the items that you buy on eBay. Don't buy for yourself. Buy for your customers. Duckman says Zion's been such a disappointment thus far. Yeah, man. When he's on the court, he's amazing, but you got to be on the court to be amazing, and he has missed so many games. Zion Williamson. John Doe says, no worries. I only paid $10. I did find a bundle of around 40 Michael Jordan cards. Haven't looked at the rest. They're 80s and 90s cards. Yeah, I mean, depending on what you paid, you can still make a little bit of money from them, but unfortunately, the junk wax era is worthless. Duckman623 says, it's not about the results, it's about the journey and the lesson learned along the way. I mostly agree with that. Part of the journey is the results, so focus on achieving and focus on doing your best. But like I said earlier, prepare for the worst and hope for the best and do everything you can for the best results. A couple of people are talking back and forth in the chat. Duckman623 says he's from San Francisco and the pizzas suck out there, but if it has a 4.7 rating, it's probably better than the one that has a 5.0. Okay, we just got 2 or 3 more comments here. We'll end the video shortly if we don't get any more questions. If you guys want to keep the video going, go ahead and ask me anything about eBay, business in general. I also dabble in stocks and real estate. And if you want to ask personal questions about me, you can do that as well. If not, then we'll get back in here in a second. So Dragon Hero says, it was just ironic because I was listening to the response. Then I looked down and saw your comment. Oh, he's just talking with another person here in the comments. Sorry that I don't have the comments pop up here on screen yet. I'm still learning YouTube. And that just real quickly, another good quote to live by is perfectionism kills profits. Your listings don't have to be perfect. Your YouTube videos, if you ever wanted to get into YouTube, they don't have to be perfect. Get out there, do your best, and then just learn and fail and grow and optimize along the way. If your first YouTube video has to be perfect, you will never actually start YouTube. And if you actually do, when you come back and look at your first video, it's going to be terrible anyway. So you just don't focus on perfection. Focus on very good and getting very much better. That was terrible English, but you guys know what I said. Hi from the PNW. I love the PNW. 3 years ago, I had a Instagram account called Adventure Anxiety. It's just a channel. It's just a Instagram that I grew to do some affiliate marketing and to sell some t-shirt and hiking products. And I use pictures from the PNW, Portland, Tacoma, all that area, and up into Canada. I used a ton of travel destinations from the PNW that helped my account grow substantially. So that was awesome. The PNW is freaking sweet. Dragon Hero says, I find myself less sentimental about things now than when I started reselling. Continue to keep doing that and you will make more money. The more emotional you are about the items you buy, the less money you'll make. The less emotional you are about the products you buy, the more money you'll make. Did I just repeat myself? Probably. Nick says, what company do you buy your shipping supplies from? eBay. I just type into eBay poly mailers and I buy whichever one seems best. I type into eBay bubble wrap and I buy whichever one seems best. Do you take supplements or medication for ADHD? I do not. Every once in a while, yeah, I don't. I just focus on trying to live the healthiest life that I can. And like I said, I have found a way to make ADHD be a benefit for me. So I actually do not want to limit the symptoms of my ADHD. It's really weird. I'm a very weird individual. Don't listen to that advice whatsoever. Ori says, when you're new, does eBay hold your money for a while? Absolutely they do. They also limit how much you can list. Here's another pro tip. Before I even started selling on eBay, I had 340 positive feedback. That is because I was buying a ton of basketball cards. I bought thousands of basketball cards off of eBay, and people would leave positive feedback for me saying that I was a good buyer. And then the first day that I listed on eBay, they said that I could have listed up to 800 items that same day, which was awesome because as I started to learn more about eBay and go onto YouTube, I heard all these people complaining like, oh my gosh, like I can only list 7 items, or, oh, eBay won't let me list more than 50 items. I'm like, what? And then I learned through other videos that you can only list a certain amount of items before you can list more, which makes sense. eBay wants each seller to be the best seller possible. So they're going to limit how much you can actually sell to make sure that you are posting good quality items. And then they also have a process where they don't give you your money immediately. So that way they can tell that you're a reputable seller and that you're not just coming on here to sell some fake Yeezys and then be on your way with fake money that they can't get back because you delete your account and they never hear from you again. Keep it up on transparency. Now, return delivered. Returns are real. Currently, I have 8 open returns. and I just barely got a return on some sunglasses that they said just didn't fit my face. So returns happen. There's nothing you can do about them. I'm not going to let that $19 return stop me from making tens of thousands of dollars this month. Duckman asks, how important is it to maintain top rated status? Very important. My whole persona is I hate being average. So even if I didn't get any other benefits aside from knowing that I wasn't average, I would still be a top rated seller, just so I know that I'm on the right track and I'm doing the best that I can do. And then aside from that, being top rated seller, you get 10% off of your fees. So if eBay normally would have charged you $1.36 off of your item that just sold, you're going to save 13 cents, which doesn't sound like a lot. But if you're selling 20 items a day, 100 items a day, 1,000 items a day, if your fees are $800 and you save $80 and you save $80 every day for a year, wow, you're talking almost 200, probably more than $200,000 there. So yeah, it's very important to be top rated seller. And then on top of that, you get much more traffic. That is proven. That's not a myth. And you also get more premium traffic, and you get trust from your customers. And there's a lot of customers on eBay that will not buy something unless it's from a top rated seller. So yeah, top rated seller should be the goal. Always try to get top rated seller. And then just got 3 more questions here. Looks like we're getting towards the end. Dragon Hero says, what are the requirements to be top rated seller? You can Google that. Just type in top rated seller. Top rated seller, you have to have amazing feedback. You have to ship out your items on time. You have to have a business policy of shipping same day or next day. There's a lot of different things that it would be beneficial for you to Google that and know them completely. Dragon Hero says, I think I'm sitting at 98.6% positive feedback at the moment. Yeah, so that for me is starting to get a little low. So you need to look at what you've been previously doing and how you can improve on that. Sometimes people just give you negative feedback that you can't do anything about. But sometimes you got to look inward and say, okay, what am I doing? What can I learn from these messages, from the negative feedback, so I can see how to improve and not just keep getting these negative feedbacks over and over again. A Garza, haven't seen that name yet. Thanks for the question. It says, what are the differences between top rated and top rated plus? Top rated, you get 10% off of your fees. Top rated plus, you get 20% off of your fees. I think the only additional thing you need to do for top rated plus is have that same day or next day shipping requirement. I'm not sure if there's others off the top of my head. You need to go into Google and look at that. But I am currently top rated, but I'm not top rated plus because I have 2-day handling time. In my town, this is another one of those. Okay, guys, really pay attention to this. This can really change your business from a mindset perspective. In my town, my postal service sucks. It's an uncontrollable that I have. If I drop something off on Monday, sometimes it doesn't get scanned until Wednesday, and then it gets shipped out late. Nothing I can do about it. It's just the way it is. That's uncontrollable. What I can control is what I do for my shipping policy. So I used to have next day shipping so I could have top rated plus, but then my my late shipping rate would keep climbing and climbing until it pushed me out of top rated because my post office wouldn't ship the items out yet. Wouldn't ship them out the same day that I dropped them off. So what I did was, instead of complaining and being like, oh my gosh, eBay hates me, UPS hates me, the world hates me, the universe hates me, I was just proactive and I said, okay, well, I can't change the fact that my post office kind of sucks, but I can change my shipping policy. So I have a 2-day business policy where if you buy something on Monday, I set the expectation that I'm going to ship it out Wednesday. But if something sells on Monday, I ship it out Monday. If something sells on Tuesday, I ship it out Tuesday. I have the 2-day handling time policy, but I still ship it the same day or the next day. So that way, if my post office doesn't ship them out the same day that I drop them off, which is rare that they do, I still get the item to the customer in my required time frame that I have posted. So the reason why I am not top rated plus is because my post office doesn't ship things out the same day that I drop them off, but that's okay for me because I just adapted to it and I just put a 2-day handling time and I still ship things out the same day or the next day. Is it true that it takes 10 items paid by buyer and delivered before receiving payout? Yeah, so if you are extremely new to eBay, you're going to have to get enough sales for eBay to trust that you are selling quality products before they start paying out. Nick says, maybe you just explain this. I have about 500 items, don't have massive sourcing capabilities. Is it worth it switching to a storefront over not having one? Yeah, I'm going to make a video on that eventually. There's some math that you can break down because eBay is charging you 30 cents per listing without a subscription. But then if you jump to a premium subscription and you're paying $60 a month, but you only have 100 listings, now you're paying 60 cents per listing per month, if that makes sense. So you just got to do the math of when is it beneficial to actually go to a subscription or not. So I'll make a video on that math, and it probably won't do super well because people hate numbers and hate math, but it is worth it because it'll provide value for the few people that actually want to watch that video. Okay, a few people are saying thank you so much. Thank you guys. Corn Cob Rob says, do you do best sorry. Do you do best offer? Also, at what time frame do you start dropping your items if they aren't selling? Yeah, so I do best offer. I believe that you should have best offer on all of your items, especially on eBay. People are coming to eBay to get a deal. A lot of people go to Amazon or Walmart and they see a product for $60 and they're like, man, I wonder if I can get that used for 20 bucks. And if they come on to eBay and they say, oh, it's 30 bucks, man, I'd rather have it used. I'd rather have it new for 60, but I'll just give an offer of 20. And if they accept it, I'll get it used for 20 bucks. And that's a lot of sales on eBay. And that's just how some people use the platform. And so you just got to be adaptable to that. You can get good prices on your items, but yeah, I encourage you to do best offer for all of your items because a lot of people come to eBay to get a deal. So best offer will increase your sales tremendously if you aren't currently doing that. Reselling Adventure says, where are you based out of? I don't care the real location, but East, West Coast, I see your local thrift store items are different than mine. Just curious. Yeah, I live in Utah, which is on the West Coast. Hopefully people know that, but some people actually don't know the states of the United States very well, and that's okay. People are saying great information. Don said, did you say math? I'm out. JK. Yeah, that's it's true. There's a ton of sales books say that people can't retain numbers, but they can retain stories and emotions. So you should focus on that instead of numbers. White Rabbit said, I had a good weekend of sales, but nothing since. LOL. Yeah, it happens. You just got to keep grinding. You got to keep getting better. You got to keep looking inward and say, why aren't my items selling? Is there anything I can do to get them to sell quicker? Sometimes you can't, but to be honest, there's always something you can be doing. Do you think it's better? Do you think it's a better outline to have more items at a lesser price or less items at a larger price? Okay, so that's different for every person, every circumstance, but let me give you my answer. More items at a larger price. You're going to have a better work-life balance. You're not going to be stressing as much on, oh my gosh, I didn't find enough items today. I didn't find enough items this week. And you do less work for more money when you sell less items for more money. So if you want to grind, that's fine too. I know a lot of people that make 38 cents profit per item, but they list and sell thousands a day. So they make $3,800 a day, which is awesome that they're making more than $1 million a day. But if you are going for work-life balance, the higher your profit, the less grind and the less work you have to do, which typically ends up in a better work-life balance, better quality of life, more happiness overall. Ori Vera says he loves math, so do I. What type of shipping policies do you use? Anything under £1, I do flat rate first class. Anything small and under £3, but over £1, I do flat rate shipping priority. And then anything above £2 or £3, I do calculated priority shipping. All right. Looks like we are pretty much done, unless you guys have some more questions. But yeah, these last few comments are just saying thanks for the information. And a few people are saying, want to be less stressed, get a good full-time job and resell part-time. That's also a way you can do it. I have literally zero business stress. After having months of stress building to where I am, I have very minimal. I could get 15 returns this hour and it wouldn't stress me out, because I've built such an eBay fortress that it's making the money I need it to each day and it's continuing to grow, that I'm not really stressed out about eBay. It's awesome. It makes me a ton of money and I'm only doing it 3 or 4 hours a day, but I had to grind my face off to get here. So it's not all just rosy cheeks. He said he wasn't talking about me, just in general. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's just for a lot of different people, a full-time job and that steady income with a little bit of money on the side, not stressful at all. For some people, getting to where I am, not stressful. It's all just dependent on your business. So we are at 1 hour and 46 minutes. We have 50 people still on and 40 likes, and we don't have too many questions. We still have a few. I can answer this last question. We can hop off, or we can go for another 13 and a half minutes to get it to a nice 2 hour. That sounds good to me. I'll cut it off at 2 hours if I keep getting questions. But if we're done with questions, we can go ahead and end it now. So I'll let you guys decide that. I'll keep answering these questions until 2 hours or until there's no questions. So I have another question here. From Duckman. It says, has joining daily refinement group been worth it? Yes. For me personally, it's helped a little bit. I say this humbly just because I'm a researcher. Like, I would have been able to find all the information on my own just by doing the amount of research I do every night, just because I love it so much. But for the average person doing eBay, I would super recommend the Reseller Nirvana group. It can explode. It can explode your sales for sure. Daily refinement. If you think daily refinement gives good advice on YouTube, like Chris won't even mind me saying this, Tech and Sports is just so good. He just, like, Chris gives great advice, but Tech and Sports gives like amazing life-changing advice. He teaches you things that you didn't even know were possible in the eBay business. So if you want to increase your sales, if you want to have more time to be with your family and make more money at the same time, joining that group can really help you. Tech and Sports has changed Chris's life, and Tech and Sports and Chris continue to change other people's lives. We can't complain. We shop for a living, LOL. We go out every day and we buy used junk and we sell it online for profit. It's definitely a glitch in the matrix. Deborah Ray says, you are fun to listen to. I have enjoyed it. Thank you so much, Deborah. I really appreciate that. It's really awesome coming here to YouTube and getting the reception that I've received so quickly. I really appreciate it. And take this as inspiration. I'm not even good at YouTube yet. Like I've always kind of had like confidence or whatever, but like I'm not the best on camera. Everyone says this, like once they've been deep into their YouTube journey, they look back at their first videos and they're like, holy cow, how did I even get attention in the first place? That was terrible. Like those videos were terrible. And I truly believe that I will continue to get better and better over time. My editing will get better. I mean, I don't even have your guys' questions on the screen right now because I freaking suck at YouTube, but I'm going to continue to get better and keep providing more and more value for you guys. I didn't just give you guys really valuable information in my video to get a quick spike and then just follow the trend of other YouTube resellers. I am here to continue to give more and more and more and more value. That is my values as a business owner, is how can I give people more value than they can give me? If you guys can live by that principle in your business and in your relationships, I promise, if you keep giving more value than you can receive, one day you're going to receive more value than you can give. It is incredible how that works. Resale investment says, being a small business owner, what do you do for things like health insurance, etc.? That is an expense that worries me in the future if I were to pull away from my full-time job. Yeah, from my day job, sorry. Yeah, I have, my wife and I have insurance just from the marketplace. I think it's $253 a month for both of us. It is full coverage, and it's pretty decent. If it covers all of our medical expenses, and I think I have like an $1,800 deductible, so it's pretty decent for $250 a month. Like, I don't know, does that sound like a lot to you guys? Does that sound like a little bit? It just depends on how much money you're making. If I was only making $20,000 a year, then my health insurance would probably be $9 a month. But yeah, it's worth it. So yeah, I get my own insurance through the marketplace, and then yeah, I just there's a lot of different quotes. You can also, if you do this full time to stop your day job, I have a video coming out explaining how much money you need in your bank account to do that, in my opinion. And there's also a ton of Christian services available. So like you can get pretty dang good health insurance for like $80 a month through Christian faith organizations as well. So that's always an option too. And you don't even have to be a Christian to get those benefits. This is not financial advice. Don't do what I'm telling you to do. This is for entertainment purpose value only. I am not a CPA. I am not a stock hedge fund brokerage owner. I don't know anything about finance. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me about credit cards that I just talked about 20 minutes ago. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah. Okay. Anyone feeling the summer slowdown? Yeah. So I'll be completely transparent about that. My sales are down. I think, let's see. Okay, so here's the thing about summer slowdown. Don't let people scare you, and don't let people exaggerate what summer slowdown is. And then on the opposite side, don't let people downplay and tell you that summer slowdown doesn't exist. Like I've said a million times, I'm a numbers guy, I'm a research guy. Q4 and Q1, statistically, scientifically, mathematically, psychologically, all the leads tell us you will make more money if you sell during Q4 and Q1 on e-commerce, and you should expect a dip during Q2 and Q3 because people are on vacation, they're not buying things from the holidays, and they don't have their their tax refund to spend money on themselves. With that being said, there's a lot of different strategies to combat summer slowdown. You can do more aggressive sales. You can buy seasonal items that sell during those slow months. For example, people are going on vacations. You got to be buying sunglasses. You got to be buying Hawaiian shirts. You got to be buying swimsuits, things like that. But yeah, so right now, if we look at my sales over the last 31 days, my sales are down to $18,457.37, and that is down 17% from last month. So it happens, but I'm fine because I know that Q2 and Q3 can be an amazing time for you to grow your business. If you have been listing 10 a day and you've been selling 6 a day, now if you keep selling 10 a day, you may dip down to 4, but now your store is going to grow. And once Q3 is over, Q4 hits, Q1 keeps coming strong, you're going to have a bigger store. You're going to get more sales. You're going to make more profit, and it's going to be awesome. So summer slowdown is a real thing. Don't read too much into it. Keep buying quality products, and you're going to keep making money. And you're going to build that war chest for the holiday season. You're going to make a ton of money. Do you give refunds if you find your shipping is way cheaper than the eBay states? If so, would be the deciding factor or refund? I don't. So when people buy an item from me, they have already agreed to the total price. So they understand that even if my shipping quote is $1.20 above what I actually ship it out for, they have agreed to pay, let's say, the $25 shipped for that item. So I don't give a refund because they are already under that understanding that that's what they're getting themselves into. And even though we may get a discount, we still have to buy poly mailers, we still have to buy bubble wrap, we still have to drive, we still have to set up things. I personally pay employees to do the shipping, so part of that goes towards funding the paychecks for my employees. So yeah, whatever you set the shipping prices, people understand that that's what they're paying for. If you'd like to give them a refund, that's completely on you. It's just the way that you'd like to run your business. But the way that I run my business is I typically make like $1.80 off of shipping every single sell that I get. Taylor Exchange says, "What's up, Jake? What's up, man?" He's also an YouTuber that does an eBay YouTuber that does almost exclusively men's clothing. Thriftaholics for all sorts is telling Taylor to get to work. His name is actually Sean. it's Sean Taylor. I think that's probably a funny thing for him that people call him Taylor instead of Sean, but I'm sure it doesn't bother him. Maybe it does. I don't know. You'll have to ask him. Taylor says, haha, going to a business mixer right now. Yep, networking is awesome. It's your network displays your net worth, so they say. Duckman623 says, what stocks are you bullish on? Geez, Louise, you're trying to get me in trouble here. I did not tell you that I am bullish on. Oh my gosh, I don't know the laws, and I don't know what I need to do on YouTube to give entertainment value investing advice. So unfortunately, Duckman, I'm just going to keep my mouth quiet for now until I do some research on the ramifications of giving people advice over YouTube on finance. So sorry, man. Tesla baby boom running big today and in after hours. Yeah, if you guys can sell products to 80-year-olds, or if you guys can, a lot of baby boomers are retiring and they want to give their businesses to their kids and their kids don't want them. So there's a huge opportunity to go and buy businesses that will otherwise go out of business as well. Resale investment says, seems like build the store to ride the wave. Yeah, just keep building. Just keep doing what you're doing every single day. If your sales go down 5%, 17%, 11%, it's all right, because a few months from now, they're going to be up 70% if you do it right. Do you sell on multiple platforms? I do not. I sell exclusively on eBay because I don't want to be on my phone all day and I want to be off of work at a reasonable time. But guess what? Once I'm off work, I really enjoy working, so I usually just do more work. I listed 5 every day, sell from 2 to 12 a day. That's awesome. Keep that up. Don't resist the urge of getting to 20 a day and buying garbage to get there. Just keep growing slow. Keep doing what you're doing and buying product that sells. Because a lot of times you're like, wow, if I'm selling 9 a day at listing 5, maybe I should go to 20 and then I'll be selling like 40 a day. It doesn't always work out that way because now you're buying less desirable items that won't sell as fast and for as much. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, you are doing great, Christopher. Let's keep that up. Views go up. Jake said buy a Tesla. I did not say that, but I am investing in Tesla. I want to list a motorcycle jacket, but have no idea how to ship. It weighs about 10 pounds. It has the padding and awkward, won't fit in a large freight box. Yep. I would just put calculated shipping. It's going to be pretty expensive, but if people really like the jacket, they'll pay for it. And then when you actually size it into the box, it's going to be less expensive for you to ship it, and you'll just be able to go with that. So yeah, you'll just have to list it for the price that you want for it. Add the shipping. If someone really likes it, they'll buy it. I would have best offer on, because if the shipping price is ridiculous, people still want it, they can still send you a quality offer and you can accept it. And then Thriftaholic says BMTE. I don't know what that means, but I'm assuming that it is a stock ticker. So yeah, if you guys want to check out stock ticker BMTE, it might make you $1 million and it might lose you your life savings. So proceed with caution. How long have you been doing eBay? Thanks for asking that. This is going to go ahead and be the last question that I answer because we are at 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 39 seconds. We have 52 people live and 45 likes. I really appreciate that, guys. This has been awesome. I have been on eBay for 20 months. I am hyper focused and obsessive in my personality traits. So to some people, may not believe that I have grown this fast in 20 months. To other people, they may believe that I have grown very slowly for 20 months. But I really enjoy what I do. I've been doing it for 20 months. I'm going to keep doing it for a while. I appreciate everyone coming out here. I just want to express my complete gratitude for you guys. I keep saying this, but I had no idea that I would be here in the short amount of time that it is taken. I promise to keep delivering awesome value for you guys, and I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for coming. Peace.